He is the global lead for connected operations in product offer and development group. He has over 23 years of experience in product development in different geographies. He is currently leading a group developing solutions and new services in manufacturing domain through digital and IoT technologies. His functional expertise includes product design and development involving software and hardware, system integration, developing new services and offerings. Having spent 6 years in Germany, he has immense experience in handling multiple international clients. He is a regular speaker at national and international events.
Thank you and good afternoon to everyone. Today I am delighted to stand on BNR platform after almost 16 years, and thanks to Mr. Shivram and BNR team. And as I am fortunate, I think everyone in this room should be feeling fortunate. And you will ask me why? Because we are at the cross section of the opportunities, the ample opportunities and exciting time ahead of us. And this is because of the technological advances and the availability of technology today, which will help us to realize our dream very soon. So the various different customers which I am interacting day to day in my career, I'm seeing, this is the first time the customers, the OEMs, the end manufacturers are so excited about the technologies which are available today. So today's topic is Industry 4.0. You might have heard about it, you might have heard about from various different forums. I will deep dive into that, but before I deep dive, let me tell you where I am associated. So I am associated with Accenture, which has a global workforce of nearly more than 3 lakh engineers. We are present in almost more than 120 countries, and our revenue stands more than 31 billion. We interact with various customers, we solve the industry problems, and some of the things which you see here, for example, we are processing 50% of the email transactions in the world. We have nearly helped our customers securing 25% of the worldwide internet traffic. And every 4 hours, somewhere in the world, one of the systems which Accenture has developed becomes online, which becomes active. So I'm associated with that. And before I go to the next slide, let me ask you questions, because you might have heard about connected products, connected devices word very often, and various other predictions. So what do you see, or what do you think, how many devices will be connected in next 4 years, let's say by 2020? Any guess?
5 billion.
5 billion? Any other guess? Is 50 billion. And if you think active and passive devices, the number goes tremendously high. It's more than 1 trillion, right? And you see the power. If you want to connect so many devices, how much processing power you need, how much technology you need, how much big data you need to handle. It's really enormous. It's mind-blowing actually. And to give you some interesting examples, I was, we deal with various different customers, and I was dealing with one of the customers in Europe who is leading consumer electronics product manufacturer, and he is working on toothbrush, where he wants that toothbrush to be connected. See the use case. And why he wants the toothbrush to be connected? Because he wants to calculate or observe how many times children are doing their brushing, how much up and down movement they are doing. So they will fit the accelerometer inside the toothbrush, which will capture this up and down movement, and this huge data will be collected, analytics will be performed on that, and they will earn revenues on this particular product. Another interesting example, alarm clock, you know, but now the alarm clock is little different. It's intelligent alarm clock. This intelligent alarm clock will connect to your traffic system, so he knows in around your house where is the traffic jam, whether there is any road work which is happening. He will also connect to your weather systems, and accordingly it will wake you up depending upon all the circumstances which is happening in around your house. You see the power of the whole technology which is happening, and we are also connected with some of the things. So that every product, every business is going to be a digital business, and these are the three mega trends, and this is applicable to each of you, is digitization, mobility, and everything as a service. The product will not exist as a product, product will exist as a service, and this is the big trend which is happening in the market. Now, Industry 4.0, the heart of Industry 4.0 is IoT, Internet of Things, and for us in manufacturing, more specifically, Industrial Internet of Things, that is IIoT. And Accenture did some research basically on the corporate strategies of the companies, and very interesting results have happened. Most of the CEOs, CIOs, they say that, you know, how they will grow their business. So 64% said that they will grow their business through existing use cases. But 80% of the folks, they told that they will grow their business through some additional use cases which is not existing today. So the whole power is unconventional growth, right? Not the conventional, but something which you are thinking, something different, not as a product, but product as a services, and that is the growth which will happen, and that is the trend which is happening. So everything is like, you will connect the people, you will connect processes, you will connect the different systems. So whole ecosystem will get connected, and this will give you tremendous opportunities going ahead. Now Industry 4.0, you might have seen this diagram many times. This is the fourth industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution, which was steam engines. Then the second revolution with the electrical machines or electrical engines, that was the second revolution. And the third revolution is basically where your computers, where your IT systems came into picture. But we are standing at the fourth industrial revolution, which is along with these cyber physical systems. And this is the new terminology which is being launched. So if you see here, there was no assembly line. Then assembly line came into picture. The assembly line which was automated here, and then we see this assembly line is being interacted with the whole ecosystems, not only just the factory systems, but your consumers, your suppliers, your distributors, everything together. And that is the big change, right? And what is making this possible? This is making possible because of the technology progress. The computer power is increasing, the size is reducing, right? The chip is becoming smaller and smaller with more power. The different connectivity, the industry, the internet, and then the whole Ethernet protocols, they are evolving. The devices, the sensors, they are becoming more smarter and smarter, right? So this basically the technology progress, including your smart devices, is making this cyber physical systems of fourth revolution a reality. And this will bring a profound changes in the way we operate, and each and everyone here will get impacted with these changes which is happening in the industry. Now let me take you through few scenarios, and I'm sure each of you will be somewhere, will come into this particular situation or might have already interacted with this kind of changes which is happening in your industry. So the first scenario, which I am showing here is the customer-centric production. You might have seen this traditional manufacturing process, right? The typical water flow process where you do the planning, then it goes to the production, and then it goes to the manufacturing, and your product gets manufactured. But this whole traditional process is now changing because now your consumer is becoming a centric focus. Your consumer is determining how that product should be, right? And the process is very complex. It is not just a straight waterfall. Your design will happen, your planning will happen, your production will happen all in parallel, right? It is not like I will finish the design and I will give it to the production. There are the changes. The customer has access to make the changes on the fly. And to give you a very simple example, let's say your mobile, I have ordered that mobile, but after 15 days, I changed my mind. I wanted a different color. I will log into a system. I will say instead of this color, I want a different color. Immediately that whole data will be transferred to the production systems. The design will be changed on the fly, and your production system will be intimated with this change. The customer is knowing, the consumer is knowing at each and every process what is happening with my order. Where the order is, where my mobile phone is at what stage, and what I am getting it at the end. So this is really a tremendous change, and what it needs a huge change in the existing systems, because your customer has to be a central part of your system. Your IT has to be really evolving. It has to open up the things. It has to accept the data not only just in the plant floor or on premise, but the data has to be now out to the outside world, and whole security and all that aspects will come into picture. Another example, which is called the mass customization, and my mobile phone was a very good example. And you see here, the different products are being manufactured with a different kind of features, and this is happening on the fly. Here, the different keyboard, that is a different keyboard, the display size is there, front camera will be somewhere different. And the another, you might have heard about the additive manufacturing, the penetration of 3D printers which is coming into there. So it's not just the global manufacturing, your local manufacturing is also part of your whole manufacturing. So you will have a 3D printer locally with you, and you will decide maybe the cover is printed through a 3D printer, and you will put something which is special to your area, that particular cover with a global product which is coming somewhere else, right? So this whole process is much more customization, and I'm calling it as a mass customization.